How to RDL without pulling your back out. That's what we're going to cover in today's video. Why is this an important topic? Well, to be honest, the RDL is a pretty good fucking movement. Why? You only need a barbell and some plates, and you can train your hamstrings, glutes, lower back, upper back, lats. It's all fucking going on. It's all active. And the range of motion on it is fucking phenomenal. You're loading the muscle through the eccentric portion, which means you can move a shit ton of weight through there, but it comes at a big cost. There's a lot to go wrong with it. If you're new to lifting, would I RDL? No. However, are you probably going to go and do it anyway? Yes, so I'm going to teach you how to do it. Would I use a Smith machine over a barbell? Probably. In fact, I do so. I just don't have a video of me doing it with a Smith machine, so I'm going to show you with a barbell in case you don't have a Smith machine either. So that's what we're going to cover in today's video. If you're new to the channel, my name's Tom Sergi. I run the Gorilla Platoon, which is an online physique transformation program where we get results like this. And my promise to you is that you will know how to RDL properly without pulling your fucking back out. So let's waste no time and get straight into the exercise execution of this. Now, the way you set up with the RDL, we want to have your shoulders pulled back and down. And the way this will feel when you do this properly, it will feel like you're holding the load with your lats, not your hands. Your hands are just connected to the tool. Ideally, you've got straps on, so grip strength is not going to fail. Because grip strength will always fail before your glutes and your fucking hamstrings and your lats, all the biggest muscle groups in your body, are going to fail before the muscles in your forearm can hang on to that bar. So strap up. Always wear straps with this one. You can say it's going to get forearm gains, but let's be honest, are we here to train our forearms? No, this is not the forearm exercise, so wear straps. So with this, you're going to pull yourself shoulders back and tight. Feet, with the feet, you don't want to be like you are in a squat. When you're in a squat, your feet are hip width apart. Sorry, your feet are shoulder width apart, and your toes are facing out. When you're going to RDL, you want your feet hip width apart and toes facing forwards. Notice no shoes. To be honest, it's just so most motherfuckers will wear trainers that they go running in, and you're trying to balance and the trainer's doing this. It's just not smart. You want to move and look just like you would squat from a stable platform. You want the same for the RDL. Now, when you do the movement, this is the real key in order to perform it correctly. As you go through the movement, I don't want you to think about the bar going downwards. That will happen automatically as a result of you thinking of moving your hips backwards. Your hips are going to go back towards the wall or whatever it is that is behind you. As a result of that, your chest is going to end up going forwards. So because your chest, I mean, it's going to look like it's going down, but technically it's going forwards because you've gone from this here and you're going to break into this position here. So as we're here, we push the hips back, we brace, and here we go. Hips go back, and we pause. Pause at the bottom position. Now, you'll know if you've gone too low because you won't have the mobility to keep this flat here. If this starts to curve, you've gone too deep, in which case just come up slightly, and that's your bottom position for now. The beautiful thing about this is you can develop range of motion. You can develop distance traveled as you go through this movement. Just go down with what you're comfortable with to begin with. How are you going to keep this straight at the bottom? Well, it actually comes from up here. Your ability to pull back your shoulder blades and to keep your chest out, even though your chest is facing forward, the bar is, and the load is pulling your shoulders downwards anyway. That's what you're fighting against. That's why this is a working set for the traps and also the lats to hold you in position. Now, the shoulder joint does move because otherwise the bar would be like in here somewhere. So obviously the shoulder joint has to move as well. So you're getting a little bit of knee, but notice with the knees, the bend doesn't want to be great at all. Soft bend, but maintain just that soft bend. This is a hip hinge exercise, so the knees don't want to move. We're not doing a conventional deadlift. We're doing an RDL specifically to target the glute and the hamstrings. Now, to come back up, if you've got yourself down into this position by pushing your hips back, what I don't want you to do is just pull from your hands to come back up. I want you to imagine, and as graphic as this may sound, imagine someone's going to stick their finger in your ass and you don't want them to do that. So you're going to tense your ass cheeks. And what that's going to do is going to propel you forwards from the hips. And by propelling you forwards from the hips, everything here is then going to be straightened out, coming upwards. But as a result, technically your chest to be going backwards. So it looks like this. Bang. Set again. Come down slow, get the pause. Why do I pause at the bottom? Because all the money's at the bottom on this. As you see, you go through the stretch position, you stand back up. At the top here, there's no resistance on anywhere bar my traps that are holding the load. There's no resistance on the glute or the hamstring, and that's what we're looking to train. So cash it in. Go slow on the way down, 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 down. Get the pause for a second. Drive the hips forward, all while maintaining strong upper back, chest out, shoulders back. So there's a lot going on. Of course, there's a lot to think about. So you want to break it down in sequence. You think, I'm up at the top. Right, shoulders stay back, push the hips forwards. Come down slow, and I'm going to stop at the bottom. Go through the process. Bang, bang, bang. So here we go. Shoulders stay back. Push hips back. Down slow. Pause. Now just think, bang. Hips are coming forward. The analogy I like to use with this is, as you're at the bottom, obviously we want to drive the hips forwards, but what you can imagine doing, and again, this may sound graphic, imagine your cock is a snooker cue, and you're going to pot a ball on the table with that. So you're going to come up, pot, bang. Obviously, at the bottom, there's a shit ton of resistance, so it's not going to move that fast until you get to the top. As soon as it's above the knees, bang, you're straightening that out, and you're getting that contraction there. And this is how you RDL without pulling your back out. And I want you to imagine your spine, so all the way from your cervical down towards your coccyx, is like a plank of wood. A plank of wood would not fucking bend unless it's been warped by water. You don't want a warped fucking spine. You want, I know your spine is technically got to go curving, but either way, you keep your spine straight. Your spine is one part. The other part is your femur. Your femur's not going to fucking bend either. So you want to move your spine and your femur like a door frame. It's a hinge movement, just like a door frame hinges, closes. Imagine this is the hinge, these are the frame, and this is the door, and it closes around like so. Your same principle you're going to apply here. Just like if you were going to do a hip thrust, hinging in the middle, spine, femur, break here, tensor glutes, come back up, bang, and we're here. Same principle applies. Your spine is one plank, your femur is the other plank. You're going to break at the two, and you're going to straighten the two back out together. If you always keep those straight, you will never pull your back out. If you can keep that spine straight, you will never pull your back out. And then you can load it, you get stronger, bang, bang, bang. How do I program this? I only do 2 sets. It's taxing, it's fatiguing, there's a lot of risk with this exercise, but there's also a lot of reward. So I only do two sets. A top set of 6 to 10 and a back off set of 12 to 15. I do use Smith machine, and the reason I do that is it's more stable. I can take a little bit of stabilizers out of the equation. If it's more stable, I can focus that energy and effort precisely on the movement pattern and challenging the working muscle. You don't have to do it on a Smith machine. I'm not saying it's better. Technically, it kind of is because you don't have to focus on stabilizing. But then again, if you just want it to be a strong mule, just doing a barbell will serve you probably better. But I don't. I want to just challenge the hamstring of the quad, challenge the hamstring of the glutes, and grow those. So that's why I use a Smith machine. It's not the one's inherently better. It's just in context, what are you trying to achieve? And just think about that with all movements. If you're thinking, I just want to grow big pecs, I don't really care about being stable or strong, I'm going to focus on machines, that's okay. Likewise, if you're like, I just want strong upper body, horizontal push, then get yourself on a barbell and shift that motherfucker up and down. Same across anything. And try and have that concept and thinking with your own training. Why am I doing this? I'm doing this because of this reason. Be able to tell someone why you're doing it because of this reason. You don't have to go all sciencey about it. I like it. You don't have to. It's just, it will save you time knowing that you're doing something for a certain reason to get a certain outcome and result. So if you found this video useful, great. Subscribe to the channel. If you want to work with me, great. There'll be links in the description. And if not, I'll see you tomorrow.